Okay guys, you know who this is, you know what we're about to do. We're going to talk football, and in this Fletch Talks video we're talking about the UEFA Nations League. Another international break is upon us, but unlike the other international breaks of years gone by, which were just pointless international friendlies with the occasional World Cup or European qualifier thrown in, this is the beginning of UEFA's new plan to make international breaks more meaningful and serve more of a purpose. Simply put, the story every year is that the new season always starts off well and engages fans quickly. You don't really hear anyone pleading that they want an international break so soon. Well, maybe a little bit of a change this season if you're a West Ham fan, that is. But when that time comes, it's a bit of a buzzkill. Like that one depressing guy on a night out who's bringing everyone else down. UEFA saw this and decided to act on this by bringing out this new competition they're calling the UEFA Nations League. The format is that there are 55 European teams divided into 4 leagues. Those leagues are then broken up into 4 mini groups that will consist of 3 or 4 different nations. Each team will play home and away in their group against whoever they're put against, and the results will not only affect their mini group but also the overall league, meaning that there's promotion up for grabs and relegation to fight against. For League A, the 4 winners of the groups will go into a Final Four scenario next summer, where they will face each other in a semi-final and final scenario, where the overall winner will be crowned the Nations League champion, trophy included. What's even more interesting about this scenario is that depending on where you finish in the leagues, it may help your chances of qualifying for various major tournaments, but that picture will become much more clearer the later the tournament goes on for. The teams were drawn last year and they were based on the FIFA World Rankings following the World Cup qualifiers for 2018. League A has your major big name countries like Germany, Portugal, Spain, England, and of course World Cup winners France. Whilst the further down the leagues you go, the more you get into your lesser nations, the more obscure nations like your Faroe Islands, your Moldovas, and of course San Marino. And this means that with all the top teams being drawn into League A, it has thrown up some interesting ties, such as England versus Spain and France versus Germany, who of course endured a horrendous World Cup this summer. The arguments have been heard for years that international breaks are pointless, meaningless, and serve no purpose other than to disrupt the domestic season. But UEFA have tried to find a way of changing that. Of course, this doesn't completely eradicate the use of friendlies, and we can still expect to see them, but at least UEFA are trying to make more of an effort during these periods of time. For you England supporters, it all kicks off this Saturday when the 3 Lions, who have been placed in League A Group 4, take on Spain. They will then face Croatia in October, followed by the return fixture of Spain a few days later, and will face Croatia again in November to round off the group stage of this new format. And only by topping the group will that mean progression into the semi-final stage of the competition. Personally, I like that UEFA have attempted to change the way international breaks are being perceived and how the format is around them. It will make the games much more competitive by having something more to play for, and by playing teams that are of a similar or better level, they will help make for more interesting games rather than having a huge team against a minor nation with a bigger team ending up with a scoreline either close to or in double figures. There's no doubt in my mind that in the past, the international break has been disruptive to club football, and in recent years, particularly in England, they've been viewed in a poor light or not had as much buzz or excitement seeing the national team play perhaps did have many years ago. A majority of that may be due to the country's underperforming record at major championships, but maybe the surprise England World Cup run this past summer may help draw more attention to this international break more than perhaps the ones in the past. The format will intrigue people definitely, but the question is, will the attention last for long? So what do you think on this UEFA Nations League thing? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you like where UEFA's going with it? Could you see improvements for it? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Otherwise guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're new or want to see more content like this or any of the other stuff on my channel. Otherwise guys, I've been Fletch. This has been a Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you all in the next video.